about women empowerment. I mean, it's one of the things that I talked about when bringing this topic into this group. I really respect women and their roles, and I think a woman's place can be in the NFL. And
All right. And so Kate is going to kick it off with Women in the NFL, and she's going to be talking about Sheila Ford Hamp. Take it away, Kate.
hey, everyone. So to this week, I thought I'd keep it local and to our local football team, and we haven't covered her yet. So I decided to cover Sheila Firestone Ford Hamp. She was born in 1951 and is an American businesswoman and NFL football executive. She's a descendant of both the Ford and Firestone, which is the tire family fortunes. She is the principal owner and chairwoman of the Detroit Lions of the National Football League. Hamp graduated from Yale University in 1973, where she played varsity tennis. Hamp has an MA in teaching and early child education from Boston University. Hamp serves on the NFL's Super Bowl and Major Events Committee, and Hamp has also served as the vice chairwoman of the Lions since 2014 and succeeded her mother, Martha Firestone Ford, on June 23, 2020. Sheila Ford was born to parents William Clay Ford Sr., son of Etzel Ford and grandson of Henry Ford, and Martha Firestone Ford of the Firestone Tire and Rubber Company, Fortune, in 1951. She earned a bachelor's degree, like I said earlier, from Yale in 1973, where she was among the first class that included women. So more women empowerment, which I thought was really cool to learn. She received a master's degree in teaching and early child development education from Boston University. Ford competed in tennis while at Yale and won a Michigan State championship while in high school. So she's not only accomplished in football and in the NFL, she's accomplished in tennis as well. Ford Hamp has been involved in the management of the Detroit Lions since her mother took over the team in 2014. In 2015, Ford Hamp was involved in the decision to fire Tom Lewand and Martin Mayhew. In 2019, she was involved in the retention of general manager Bob Quinn and head coach Matt Patricia, which we all kind of know was a failed thing that she was involved with because those men are no longer with the organization. On June 23, 2020, Ford Hamp took over her mother as principal owner and chairwoman. Her first major move after taking over the principal ownership was to fire both Quinn and Patricia on November 28, 2020, after a rough 4-7 start to the 2020 season. Ford Hamp is married to Steve Hamp and lives with her husband and 3 children in one of my favorite cities in all of Michigan, which is Ann Arbor. So she lives in the city to which I work, in which I spend a lot of my time. So I'm I found that very interesting that she does not live in the Detroit community, but resides there. But that is Sheila Ford Hamp, the owner of the Detroit Lions. I know it's been an interesting season for her. She's been doing a lot of different moves to try to keep the organization going and rebuild. And she did something that most owners don't do, which is halfway through the season, she decided she needed to do a press conference to explain where the team is going, why the general manager was making his decisions, and where the organization is headed. So anyway, if you're a Detroit Lions fan, you know a little bit more about your owner, and that's my woman in the NFL.
All right. That's always good to know. more women in power. So that's good. Thank you for sharing that with us, Kate. I hope everyone learned a little bit more about Sheila Ford Hamp. And of course, all you Detroit fans, you probably already knew some of this. And if you didn't, now you know a little bit more. Thank you, Kate, for sharing that. And yeah, she went to Yale. That's a big deal, especially at that time when, like you mentioned, there were not many women, if at all, in a lot of these careers and these different majors. And so I appreciate you sharing that with us.